times where it's much less about that and it's more just about creating a really cool project together. And I love it when I'm on a project and there's other people who are also very passionate about what we're doing.
Hi, I'm Kayleigh, and welcome to the Creator Spotlight, brought to you by Channel RVA. When I moved to Richmond about 10 years ago, I didn't really know anybody. I was just coming to VCU, and I started working in social media, and I think that social media brought me to a lot of places in this city that I wouldn't have known about otherwise. I think social does that in general. And so we wanted to create a podcast here where we could talk to the creators who are using their passion to get online to show cool stuff off in our city. For this past decades, I've been working with brands and entrepreneurs, small businesses, and social media. Now I work at an agency, Exponent 21, as our project manager and social media lead. So I wanted to use the Channel RVA platform to talk to other creators who are doing really cool stuff in our city. There's usually a story behind what everybody creates and posts online. And so this is our time to get into that. So for every episode of this podcast, I will be sitting down with a cool Richmond creator, talking about their craft, why they love what they do, how they're making it better over time. I think that social media is always evolving. And so we're going to meet the people who are moving our city along with it. So today we're going to get started with our first guest. This is Bria of RVA Eats. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I feel so honored to be like the first one on here. This is so cool.
Well, you reached out to us about Richmond Water.
Yeah.
And that was really great because we also are involved with the whole Richmond Water refill stations. And so I think that's another thing in social media that's so cool is you see something that you don't have anything to do with.
Literally, yep.
And then you're right in, you know?
And that's also, I just thought what you guys were doing with Richmond Water was so cool too. So I had to jump on and say what's up.
That's awesome. And I love your page. So will you tell us a little bit about yourself and your page, what you're doing at RVA Eats?
Great. Oh man. So my name is Bria. I am born and raised here actually. I've been here all my life. I have been in marketing for about 7+ years now. I got my start, actually my very first marketing gig was at the 1717 building.
Oh, cool.
Downtown.
Nice.
Yeah, that was like probably one of my favorite marketing jobs I ever had. So starting there, just, working for different entrepreneurs. And then, I started RVA Eats back in Juneteenth of 2022.
Nice.
Unintentionally, but glad I did. And then been rocking with that since then. And honestly, I had no idea it would turn into what I'm doing now, but I'm really happy that it turned out that way. But
yeah, it's grown a lot. You have many thousand followers. I think it was like 13K last time I checked. I was like, wow.
13. I know, in the eyes of influencers and in that world, I'm still very micro, but for me and just being from this city and being, a local creator, that's a lot of people to me. Put 13,000 people in a room, that's a lot of people. So
that's like a whole arena.
Yeah.
And they're listening to your food recommendations.
Right. And it's so cool too. So I'm like that. I don't take that light at all. I take that, it's very serious to me.
That's awesome. So I love that too. Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. That was unintentional?
Unintentional. But I was like, I think I realized maybe a year or so after. I was like, I want to celebrate the birthday of my blog. And I went back to the first post. I was like, that's literally Juneteenth. I was like, awesome.
Well, that's a great way to use your voice.
Right.
Yeah, that's all about liberation and using your voice.
And so even the last birthday post I kind of did, I incorporated some of those things in there. So
that's fantastic.
And, this kind of all came together perfectly.
So what made you want to start having your social media not just be like a recreational fun thing, that you really wanted to focus on RVA Eats and the food scene and stuff?
That's a really good question. So to start, I was literally just taking a whole bunch of pictures of my food anyway.
Yeah.
And an old friend of mine was just like, well, you might as well just start a blog. You already do this. So I'm like, you're right. And so I just kind of started to mass upload stuff. And then I don't know, I just got really excited to create art. If I have to go out and eat anyway, I'm already a creative. So I'm like, let's do it. And then starting to get into video, that was probably a year after I started it. And then learning how to, do things and going back and looking at my old videos, I'm like cringing a little bit, archived some, but like, no, just very like, proud of kind of where I've evolved from.
Yeah.
with that. No, but yeah, I'm trying to answer your question. I'm sorry. What made me want to make it something that's not just recreational? I think realizing that this is a platform that I could use to showcase other talents, other skills, other things that I'm working on. It's not just, I will always be recommending food to the city, but like, and how I do it is up to me. It's like I can play around in all the ways that I want to. And I think that's what really just kind of set the tone for, what I wanted to do going forward. And something that I always say is that connection starts at the table. We feed ourselves in so many other ways than just food. So that's kind of been my mantra.
I love that.
Then. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Thank you.
So that kind of goes into my next question. Like, what is your intention when you post? I think that that's maybe a weird question for me to ask, but it's like people think social media is about clout and showing off and this kind of stuff, but you're talking about like, this is a powerful platform and I can cultivate my skills and stuff like that. So what kind of intention do you take when you're getting into posting? Whether that's something that you think about heavily or it's kind of something that's kind of just a running train of thought as you go throughout.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes I think because I just have so much freedom with it, because I'm really the only one making the decisions for it. Sometimes I'll just, on a whim, be like, I'm going to go try this place, and I'll literally think of it like that morning. Not really have a plan, just show up. They don't know I'm coming. Buy my food, and I just do my thing. Sometimes it is planned. I have people reach out to me, especially as it's grown. They'll reach out and they'll kind of have a flow or an idea of what they want. So I try and match that. Sometimes they give me full creative control. Just cool. Like the beatbox video, for example. That one was a ton of fun because I kind of wrote out a little mini shot list for myself. And I was like, hey, I showed up and I was like, we're going to do this with this camera and we're going to do this and I'm going to go here. And it was just like a little mini like directing type of thing, which was a lot of fun, kind of getting to like art direct these things. And something I've kind of told my friends, and it was always like a pipe dream for it, but I do see it happening. But kind of creating these very like cinematic, fun videos that maybe involve music, maybe they don't, but yeah, but at the same time showcasing food. So I don't want to be like every other food blogger here. I kind of want to, create my own lane with it. So
I love that. And I think for me too, with like my social media background, it's always been hard because people are like, niche yourself. And it's like right. I'm all over the place.
Exactly.
So 100%. For you to have that control, I love that. You're going to go make content that day. You said that you might just wake up and decide that that's something that you want to do.
That day, just be like, you know what? I want a sandwich or I want some pho or I don't know. I'm just like, okay, well, let's just kind of go in and see. Because the environment also depends a lot on how it's going to come out, how many people are there, how management is. So it all kind of goes together. But for the most part.
So are you just kind of like feeling that out too? Like, especially if you're not specifically invited somewhere by a brand.
Right. Yeah.
If you're just going to go to a pho shop, like you just kind of feel it out on vibes based out of what feels like appropriate to film and stuff like that.
I've been places where I went in there and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to eat lunch and I'm not going to film anything. Sometimes I definitely have a plan to show up right around open times. I like the natural light, obviously, and if they have windows, adamant windows, and I'm definitely going to be sitting there and shooting my content that way. But just those little things I try and keep in mind. But yeah, it really is. Sometimes it's a toss up. Now for like the planned shoots, those, there are times where I'll go into the restaurant meet with the owner and meet with the manager. We kind of have a little conversation. I'm looking around. I'm getting my like the environment set up and kind of figuring out how I want to shoot things that way. Then I go home and I get my pen and pad and I just kind of write ideas out that way. And then I love to start with music. Like I'll pick a song, and usually some of my friends know this when they do come with me. I'll put like an earbud in and I'll have the song that I plan on posting with in my ears.
That's very cool.
So as I'm filming, as I'm in the video and I'm moving around, it's going with the flow of the song. It's kind of like a cadence you have to match.
I feel like you put yourself like in a flow state kind of with that, like stay on theme. Yeah, that's very
I
cool.
care a lot about what I do, man. I think I would like to think that it shows. So, yeah.
I love that. So, like I was going to ask you what your favorite part of the process is. It sounds like you like the music and the storyboarding. And, but what's your fave?
So I'll bring an example. So I did a 10K event.
Cool.
We did basically like what do you call it? Open mic type of deal. And it was to celebrate 10,000 on the page. And so for that, I remember I worked with some friends at Tilt. I'm going to bring them up a few times. I worked with some friends at Tilt Productions. And they helped me kind of curate this post where I'm going through the city and I'm going to different places that I love. And they're just kind of seeing kind of like a day in the life of me going through the city. So with that, I want to say that my favorite part of that process was scouting locations. And then, like, as we're scouting the locations, I'm kind of writing down little notes for my little mini shot list for, I wouldn't even say many. This was an actual shot list that we put together.
Yeah.
I think the prep and the scouting for something like that was very fun. But again, it depends on which video. So if I'm doing something small and it's literally just me, it's probably the song selection part where I'm like, all right, I'm sitting with my headphones on, or I'm at the DJ board and I'm like, okay, what makes sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say all in all, the prep. Especially if I see it, because I see it before I do it. And so, yeah, that moment, I'm like, okay, yeah, this part is really cool. And then I try and keep my expectations not as high, because you can see something and then it's not always going to turn out exactly how you saw it.
Totally.
But yeah, no, it's always very cool when it comes out, if it exceeds your expectations too, especially that.
I'm surprised that you're like planning and prep is your favorite part and not eating. That's surprising.
I mean, I love to eat in general, but I don't have that part of my filming process. Not really. When I'm filming and I'm eating, I'm taking bites. I'm not eating a full meal. Depending on the vibe of the place or the environment, or if I know the owners or not, I'll bring up Main Street, for example. Shout out Jen, she's amazing. I'll go there even when I'm not filming to eat, and I'll just grab a bite and chit chat with her. So
nice.
With that video, yeah, I definitely after I was done, ate a meal, but yeah.
But otherwise, it's just very.
Take my bites. I take it to go box, of course.
Cool,
I don't just leave it on the. I don't leave it on the table. I take it home.
We don't like wasted food.
No, we don't. We don't do that here. Especially if it's really good. That's another thing. I don't like to bash any restaurants, so I will. If I love it, I'll love it. But if I don't, then I just kind of omit. I don't like to talk bad about anyone. But yeah.
Okay, so not a food critic.
No, I mean, no. I can't. Oh. No, I won't say that. No, I won't call myself a food critic. I feel like I can't fully say that I am.
You're like, I wouldn't criticize. So
right, exactly. That word legit. Critique is like, huh. I do, but I don't, not publicly on my platform, because RVA Eats. It's not. I don't want to create this space where there is much room for negative talk, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so much negative talk everywhere else. So if you got something negative to say, just don't say it. So omit it. That's kind of how I flow.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
I mean, I feel like, there's definitely a lot of content in the world that's like, this is the best, this is the worst. And it's like, how much stuff lives in between that.
Right. And then sometimes they say it's the best, and it's not really the best.
That's not really the best.
So, yeah. I try and be as honest as possible, and I try to post about restaurants and small businesses that I know are good. So, like, there's Main Street. I was going there for years before I even posted about
Where
it.
is that?
It's off of Main Street. It's in the VCU area, Main Street Dragon.
Oh, Main Street Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm calling it Main Street. That's just in my brain.
I mean, I came up in VCU and it was Food Dog, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've spent many a night in there. It was very good.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
if you haven't been there yet, you should try them.
I don't think I've been since it's Main Street Dragon, actually. So,
Yeah.
but I love the space, too.
Oh, for
It's such a
sure.
pretty place in the fan.
Yeah. They have an anime bar and everything. It's cool.
The back bar. I love the back bar at Main Street Dragon. Shout out.
We're talking you guys up right now.
We're going to wind up getting really hungry, actually.
Right. No, I'm thinking about it.
But Richmond has so much great food. Like, the food scene here is recognized so many places. And I think that it's a real privilege that some of us kind of take for granted sometimes.
I know.
But what do you think about, I know you're from here, but what do you think when you look at other people doing like food blogging content in other cities? What do you think like the Richmond thing is? Because obviously we could go to New York City and try 100 great restaurants in one day.
Yeah.
Right? And we just simply don't have that amount.
Yeah.
Right? But like what's different here?
Oh, man. That's a really good question. I would say, and I don't want this to sound bad, but I think it's Richmond's, like, we just have this grit that I don't think a lot of other cities have. And especially if you're a creator and you're trying to make art as well, it can come off as, and not everybody has. There are a lot of people that do really great work, video work with their posts and stuff. But I will say the thing that stands out with us, like, yes, we have amazing food, but we have this gritty culture that I don't think a lot of other cities have quite like Richmond, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
No, I feel like the food content, too, that I see out of other cities, which I'm particularly looking at when I'm, like, traveling. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I have to have a perfect trip. It's very it's perfect.
Right.
And, that don't really...
And even if one of those bloggers were to come to Richmond and make this pristine video, amazing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't scream like, oh, this is Richmond. I'm from Richmond, and I'm not trying to like.
And like we got called out in the New York Times recently too as like a must travel to city, and part of it was the food. But I think it's just because like it actually really feels authentic, whereas it's not like this like. Curated Chicago guide, you know?
I've read things online where other people are coming to visit and they're like, what are y'all doing here? Like, what's going on here? You can't even like pinpoint exactly what it is. It's just Richmond just has this like essence to it that you just got to come here to feel it.
Just vibe.
Yeah.
Just vibe. So RVA Eats is obviously very collaborative. You are going into other people's places of business. What is the cool part about that? Like, where does that start? And what is your favorite thing about working with these people? Because from my background with social media, I love being like, you're really good at your business, right? Yeah. Maybe you're not the best at social media, though, and I can help you while you focus on being great what you're great at, you know? 100%. So do you feel like you're doing that kind of thing with people? Like, and how does stuff start and how does it kind of pan out typically?
Again, that's another mixed bag answer for that. I have approached a few, especially in like the earlier days where I'm trying to also grow my platform, but I'm like, hey, I have this thing I'm doing. I have this skill, you know, like we can help each other. We can help each other grow in that way. And then there are times where it's much less about that and it's more just about creating a really cool project together. And I love it when I'm on a project and there's other people who are also very passionate about what we're doing. And so it's like, it's not just me kind of driving the car here. It's like other people are also fueling that too. So
being like, you have to highlight this dish, or I want you to watch me cook
like,
this or whatever.
I'll work with someone and they know exactly all the plates they want to showcase. They'll help place things, and I'm like, oh, that's so helpful. Makes my job a lot easier too. So yeah, you can just kind of tell when you go. And again, it's a vibe check almost every time. Like you kind of go in and you're talking with someone and you can kind of tell right then and there how fully in it they're going to be. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
What's probably, we've obviously talked about Main Street Dragon, but what are some of your other favorite projects that you've done, favorite restaurants that you've made content for?
Ooh, quite a few. I'll say, and so there's different answers for it. So there's places in terms of just going and getting a bite, and then there's places that I've just thoroughly enjoyed the process of creating with, and that's definitely at the top of that list is Carytown Teas. Shout out Andrea Post, she's amazing. Again, that's someone that I cherish. I love her. I'm in there all the time too. We sit and we chat, but we also created this piece of work. It's a tea talk, and I do plan to do another one with her soon. But yeah, we just kind of sat and we talked about, I think we talked about maybe 1 or 2 teas that she had. It was very quick, but the process of it, like we met a few times beforehand. We got a videographer on, and it was a really cool thing that we did. And we actually sit and have like very wholesome conversations. And so that kind of just makes the video itself turn out better because you're actually like connecting with someone off screen as well. So
over tea as well.
Over tea,
that's
literally.
Great.
Yeah, I literally we share tea and we also drink tea. So
that's perfect. That's actually perfect.
Yeah, no, literally, like it's amazing. I love her.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So getting into like other content creators, and kind of like what you've been doing, evolving yourself and growing as one. What do you wish that other content creators knew about partnerships? What advice would you give them? What would you tell them about like getting paid and monetizing? What would be your recommendations, particularly maybe in the food space too? Because I think it looks really different in every industry.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question because the monetizing part specifically, I'm still navigating that because not everything has been monetized clearly, but a lot has. And in terms of partnership and monetizing, I would definitely say to know your worth, know your value, sit and even write like a little mission statement for what you're trying to do, and then do your research. See what other creators are making, what's the average numbers for the stats that you have, but don't just keep yourself locked into your stats because if you have value, if you have a high value, that can take you far.
Totally.
So.
Yeah, like it doesn't really matter, like, if you're still growing whatever that
especially
audience
if,
is.
You're working with someone that's looking specifically for what you can offer. Yeah. Don't sell yourself short. That's my advice.
So back to Richmond too. Or you know what? Let's keep it on content creation.
Yeah.
So what does growth look like for you in terms of being a content creator? Like how do you want to chase after your goals? Do you just want to keep creating? Do you want to look for more monetization? Like what's on your mind with all that kind of stuff?
Oof. I'm kind of in a gray area with that right now just because for the first 2 years of the blog, I was very go. I was in the streets literally almost every day, posting way more frequently than I do now. But I've learned to take those necessary breaks because when you are creating so much, especially with me, like this is an art form for me. So it does get taxing. It gets pretty like tolling after a while. So how growth looks for me right now, I would say my focus is on intentionality and the art behind it. So I'm very much in a state where if I'm creating what I feel is in line with what I want to do, then growth will follow. I'm not as pressed on the chase of growth. I feel like this is a very, I just want to focus on magnetism and drawing people in and hey, like if you don't like what I do, then don't follow. If you do, great. Glad you're here. You know?
Yeah, like natural progression with like the community that actually cares.
Right. There's no rush. There's no rush. Because then if you're in this state of like go, 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 and you're not focused on your art, those people that just as quickly as they follow you will unfollow. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, some content creators are like, you got to post multiple times every day. And I think there's definitely like, you know, that's a great strategy and everything.
For sure, especially if you're starting. 100%,
for sure.
100%.
But yeah, like if you're thinking about like, is it sustainable for me to be doing this constantly, even if you're filming in batches? Like it gets tiring. And
exactly.
you don't really have, let's be real, you don't really have the energy every day to like show up on camera.
No, this is still a side thing, believe it or not. This is not my full time. If it was, I'd probably be double where I'm at.
You'd be
now.
at it. But this is for fun for you. But also, I mean, like, passion projects, successful, like, you know, all these things can exist at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like I could also, like, I know that I could hit another season where it'll be a similar growth rate as earlier before. So it, you know, it's I'm not too worried about it. And also having people like on a team with me, people working and who are just as passionate about it as I am. So that's another thing. So like, you know, just taking my time and knowing things will fall into place and the right people will jump on board when they're ready. Yeah.
So in terms of people and community and stuff like that, has the Richmond community, your friends, family, whatever, random people that you reach out to on Instagram, has they like shown up for you in any ways that like, you know, really surprise you and make your heart feel full, like make your belly full?
Because there's two sides to that coin, right? No, I will say there's been maybe two instances that really stick out. The first, I was actually at Big Bamboo and I was filming a video for them, and this guy walks in and he's looking at just me and my friend at the time, and where I have like my phone, I'm doing the phone stuff for the video, and then I have the Canon taking photography for them too. And he's just like, he's staring for a while. So I'm like, okay. He walks over and he's like, I'm not trying to be creepy. I just really like love what you're doing. He's like, can I possibly see like what that shot looked like? And I was like, oh, he's just nerding out like I would about this. So like, that was a really like cool moment. And then come to find out this person actually used to do social media for Crunch Fitness. So
cool.
Yeah, he was also someone that was in the gym, and I remember he would send content to us all the time. So I'm like, wait, I didn't realize till like after he left. I was like, oh wow. So small worlds, but I just love that he's like also nerded out about something that like I also, you know, nerd out about. Yeah. So that was really cool. The second instance was when I'm shouting out so many people, but Lindsay from Tilt Production, awesome human being. She reached out to me at this, I want to say 2024. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but she reached out to me and they had this project with Visit Richmond and Visit Black RVA.
Cool.
And we did this commercial for them. And I was like, you're asking me to be on something like this? And I remember showing up and like, it was like the whole nine. It was like makeup team, the trucks, production. It was just like this whole thing. I'm like, I'm here, like me. And like, it was a very awesome moment to be kind of highlight, especially for something that's drawing people in that, you know, they're not from here. And they're like, oh, okay, if you're ever in Richmond, you know, here are some like heavy hitters in the city. I love that. That was awesome.
You're telling me, though, that you started doing this like kind of on a whim on Juneteenth, and then you wind up getting roped in with great people at a production studio. Tilt is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you wind up being in a Black RVA.
Yeah.
Girl.
No.
That feels really good.
Oh, yeah.
I hope that was very fulfilling for you.
It was 100%.
That's amazing.
100%. It was so cool. Like, one of my favorite memories for sure.
Of course. You've told us about some of the content that you've made. Where can people find you, and what is the best way to support what you're doing?
Ooh, you can find me on Instagram at RVA _Eats. I'm also on TikTok. I will start posting there more. But how you can support is just, you know, follow the page, follow what I'm doing.
Go eat at the restaurants.
Go
that
eat at
you
the
recommend?
restaurants that I recommend, because I promise you, if I recommend it, you'll find at least something that you like. If you don't, then DM me. We can talk about it.
And tell them Bria sent you. Tell them that you're here from RVA Eats.
Yeah.
I love that. Also, what you said earlier was like RVA Eats in the streets.
RVA Eats.
I don't know. Just something.
That's genius. That might have to be a series of something.
So, wrapping this up, who are the other creators that you love to see in Richmond? Who should we be talking to? Who's like really on a unique journey that we should highlight their story on this podcast here?
Yeah, off top, there's a lot, but I'll say Eat and Play RVA. They're awesome.
Okay.
Their video work is amazing. It's been amazing for a while. Sweet Sauce Blog.
Okay.
She's great. Worked with her a few times.
I don't know that one, but sweet sauce sounds
Sweet, yeah.
really delicious right now.
I mean, it is sweet, so. And then the last one I'll shout out, his name is Lunch Special. He's a Richmond rapper, but also really knows a lot about food. He can talk your ear off about food.
Those are two
Funny
really
kid.
cool little genres.
I know,
going
right?
for him. Okay.
I know. Been trying to work with him for a while, but we'll work soon. But no, he's really cool. Really
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Of
Bria.
course.
I can't wait to see what else you create in the future, what else you eat.
Yeah.
And check out places that are on your page that I haven't been to in Richmond yet, because, you know, we all get to explore a little bit more because of the black mirrors that we're tied to.
Right.
So let's make the best of it, you know?
Exactly, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for watching the Creator Spotlight, brought to you by Channel RVA. Thanks for watching the Creator Spotlight from Channel RVA. Don't just like and subscribe to our channel, check out today's creator online too. And check out channelrva.com for everything Richmond. News, events, weather, restaurants, we've got it all. Thanks for being a part of our community.